Tuesday, and I don't think I've talked yet about Wise River. I got into town last night, Monday night, after summiting and descending Fleecer Ridge. And, I think you saw it was raining pretty bad. And so in any event, that kind of slowed me down a bit, and I got into town just about dark. And my original plan was to stay at the Wise River Club, which is kind of a motel, cabin, RV park sort of place. But when I got there was nobody in the office, and the number was to an answering machine, but there was a number left on the machine that said, after hours contact Kyle. So I called Kyle. He called me back, and I said, sorry, all the rooms are dirty. Nobody will be there till tomorrow morning to clean up and be able to let you in or anything. So he says, but hang on, you biked in. And I go, yeah. Says, well, there's the community center. Hang on, let me call you back. So a few minutes later, he calls me back and says, yeah, you can go to the community center. You can stay there. There's snacks, there's a fridge, everything. I go, whoa, this is another one of those towns. This is awesome. So yeah, Wise River has this big community center, and I'm in it now. And he texted me the door code. I got over here. The door was actually open because there was a camper parked out front, and there was a fellow here named Doug. Unfortunately, Doug had been in a motorcycle accident wreck with his wife. And, anyways, his wife is still in the hospital, had some head injuries, but he was pretty messed up. He had a broken arm and broken nose and broken cheekbone. And, oh man, he was not looking in a good way. And in any event, he was sleeping out front, and they opened it up to let him use the bathroom and stuff. So, man, these folks in Montana really take care of others here. Again, the small towns are pretty amazing. They really go out of their way to help folks out. So anyways, I was chatting with him for a bit, and then I just rolled in here into the community center. So let me show you this place. It's pretty cool. You may have seen this in other videos. I think I may have too, but I kind of completely forgot about it. Sort of like Basin until I got there. But anyways, let me flip around here. So there's, it's a community center. There's a little stage in here. That's where I'm sleeping because I figured to be the warmest place. They don't have the heat on, which is fine. It's not too cold right now. Plenty of space to, spread out all my stuff here because, like I said, it was wet, and I kind of unpacked all my stuff to try to dry everything out. Coat rack here up front, and this huge, basically hall for the folks here. And we have a bulletin board here that's just full of little postcards or index cards written by cyclists. It's pretty neat. It's all a bunch of thank yous. There's a few names there I recognize. Andy and his friends from the UK, who I saw back in, gosh, where was that? Alfred, maybe? Sparwood? Something like that. They were here a couple weeks back, it looks like. They take donations. They suggest $20. And then, they have a full kitchen here. I can kind of go in there and see what's going on here. Big old commercial stove, regular stove, a couple ovens. There's a microwave below the counter over here. Fridges over here full of, sodas and waters. So they ask for $1 per drink. And they have Wi-Fi here. And yeah, so I use the kitchen, clean up my stuff, and make myself coffee and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, they have all the utensils and pots and pans and things are below this counter here. And then yeah, I used all the space. I was the only one here. I took a rest day here as well because I needed to do some work on my bike, which I'll probably show you another little snippet of video here. But yeah, they have a hose outside, so you can wash your bike, which I took advantage of, yeah, because this thing was filthy. And then, yeah, over here on the bulletin board, which I showed you earlier, they have a bunch of information. So yeah, you can use the community building to sleep, and they ask for a donation, and they take Venmo, which is pretty nice. Someone over here, I think, was asking for Venmo because they didn't have cash. There are restrooms down the hall here. Pretty much everything you can need except for a shower and laundry. And, I used the laundry facility over at the Wise River Club because that was open. And down the street, I had pizza today. There's another kind of campground and cafe called the H-Bar J, I believe, that they also have a little campsite over there for RVs and stuff. And there's showers and all that kind of good stuff, and laundry too, I believe. But I got rained on pretty good yesterday. It's pretty much like shower, right? Anyways, pretty nice. This is a great facility, and again, these small towns here in Montana, they're really looking out for us and doing their thing. So it's really, really nice. Great place to stay. I've really enjoyed myself here. And yeah, the only thing, like I said, is no showers, no laundry, but just down the street you can get all that stuff. Yeah, and yeah, I have this whole place all to myself. It is late in the season, obviously, but again, I'm very thankful for this. Again, it's really neat to see the generosity of other people, like Doug here today with all of his injuries and stuff. Rory across the street, I guess, was I think one of the folks here that help out the community center. Doug said he couldn't find his wallet this morning, and Rory drove him back to the hospital, and looked around over there and got him his wallet back. So he's a happy guy, and helped him out a whole bunch. So it's really amazing to witness, and it's really neat to be on the receiving end of all this generosity from these folks in these towns. It's if you're about the rugged individualism or whatever, these folks out west, but they really count on their neighbors to help out here, because the nearest hospital here is probably Butte, I guess. Doug's wife was in Billings, and so if something happens and you can't help yourself, your neighbor's got to help you. So people really do it here. It's amazing. It's really cool to witness. So yeah, if you ever get a chance to experience it for yourself, please do. It's a really neat thing. All right, I think that's enough for now. See you later. So before I left on the trip, there were basically only 3 parts that I did not rebuild or replace on this bike. And one was a headset, because it's never given me any problems, and it's a pretty simple component. Sealed cartridge bearings, pedals, because they were basically brand new when I put them on the bike here and got ready for the trip, pretty new. And then the seat post, which is a dropper. Well, as you can see, the big pile of parts here. You can probably figure out which one's giving me problems. So yeah, I think it's getting really sticky and hard to. It's a dropper suspension post, and it was really getting hard to push it down. So I looked up online what I need to do. Basically, I only need an adjustable wrench and a couple of small Allens and stuff, so no problem. Turns out I did not have an adjustable wrench, so I bought one at CVS the other day, and it was too small. But fortunately for me, the cap was not on there too tight, so no problem. So basically took everything apart, cleaned it up, and now I'm going to re-grease it and put it back together. Wish me luck. Okay, all the pieces are there. Are you happy I worked on you? Yes, you are. Thank you, Wise River. Thank you for the community building, and let me stay here. Great place. All right, on to the next thing. Maybe Elkhorn Hot Springs. We'll see. All right, see you in a bit. Something large over there eating. Not sure what it is. Sorry, I'll only give you a butt view. Some antlers and something dangling from its chin. I'm not sure what it is. Is it a moose? An elk? I don't know. Not too far outside of Wise River. And I came across a little airfield here, which is kind of cool. But yeah, definitely going to be some weather, I think. Not today, but maybe tomorrow. Rained a whole bunch last night. I was wondering what the noise was outside on the roof. And took a look outside, and it was raining pretty good. So, well, I think today should be good. Looks like the forecast, though, through the rest of the week is not so great, though. Bobcat Mountain middle, apparently. Cirque, is that what it's called? I might try to push tonight to Bannack State Campground just in case. We'll see how it goes. I really want to stop at the Elkhorn Hot Springs, get lunch and have a soak. That'd be really nice. But, we'll see how this goes. See you at the next place. This is a viewpoint for the Maurice homestead. Historical, I guess. Pretty up here. Basically climbing for about the next 15 miles, it looks like. I left Elkhorn Hot Springs. Sorry I haven't been filming very much today, or actually even yesterday. I got to Hot Springs and figured probably not a good idea to film there. I guess I gotta film inside the lodge and everything, but yeah, I finally hit some dirt after, I don't know, 2-3 hours. I'm, yeah, about 3:45 into the ride today. But finally hit the dirt just south of Bannack State Park now. I wanted to stay there a couple days, or no, I guess yesterday I was originally planning on staying there, but I don't know, the hours outside when you come here off the highway say it's only open until 8 o'clock. So actually I don't know if there's camping there, so no, anyway, so I guess things work out. But yeah, finally on some dirt here, heading to Grant I think first, get some food and then off to the next place. But yeah, put on my rain gear earlier in the day and it did not rain, but now it is starting to rain, so I guess I'll go put my jacket back on. Alrighty, time to go. But here, let's show you the Montana big skies here without me in it. Bannack is back that way. Alright, see you later. Sunny now, but it's running pretty good for a while. Now I'm getting a taste of the death sticky mud here. It is just everywhere. And I don't know if I can really film this, but this bike moves. Just picks up mud and then the wheel top thing. Oh. Look at this. Quite the mess. Well, now that the sun's come out. Yeah, another super intense rainbow. Check that out. That's a double too. Well, something good comes out of it, I guess. My bike is getting destroyed, however. Oh well. So that happened sometime. This is a rite of passage, I guess, for GDMBR folks. Sticky peanut butter mud of death, or whatever they call it. Alright, let me see if I can drag it to the top of this hill and hope things get better. It's kind of drying out. Maybe. Like 10 or 15 minutes later and it's sunny now. Not raining. And then, yeah, my bike is working again. The road has dried out a bit, so that's a good sign. Oh, it's sticky. The other spirits are trying to tell me something here. I don't know. I might have to listen. Maybe a map did say the next couple days are very remote and warned me about the mud getting bad, so I don't believe there was any warning for the Bannack Shelf Road, so I don't know. Yeah, I think maybe when I get to Grant today to get something to eat, I'll pull the map out and see if there's a alternate on pavement to get around this, because it's supposed to be raining for the next couple of days. Today's Thursday, so Friday, Saturday, and then snow on Sunday. So yeah, I think I should probably figure out a way to get around the mud. So that was no good, and that was only like a quarter mile. I had to push and drag. Alrighty, more later. But here's the view. Sure is pretty. Oh, I forgot to mention, so after I left Elkhorn, I kind of around a town called Polaris, I think. And man, that is the, how do I say this? Crappy town does not sound right. But the roads in Beaverhead County, I think it is, are just covered in cow poop right now. I'm not sure what's going on. I assume they're moving cattle around a lot for, I don't know, maybe taking them to winter pasture or taking them to market or something, but man, there's so much cow poop in the road. Once I passed the Polaris school, it stopped, and then once I got to the other highway, 278 I think it is, 378, not sure, but more poop again, so much cow poop. It's amazing. Alright, anyways, that's all for now. Thank you, Horse Prairie Stage Stop. Spent the last night here, a good couple of meals, and a nice evening. So I am going to listen to the weather spirits today. Mark, the fellow that helped me out yesterday, was telling me there's a storm coming from Lima, which is where I'm going today. Lima. And so, yeah, I'm going to stick to the highway today. I really don't want to have to deal with mud again. The map did mention that a couple sections are very remote and very muddy, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to skip out and go on the highway today. Well, it seems like my cheat code is working out pretty well. Red Rock North is paved. So that's good. It runs along the railroad line here, so the grade isn't too steep. I think the 15 is over the other side of this ridge. Big L on the hillside. Lima. Thank goodness. Oh, 11 miles an hour.